I will. Mommy, daddy, daddy. What is it? What is it, little Jimmy? What's going on? What's going on, Jimmy? Oh, Daddy, Degenerate Talk is coming back, Daddy. Daddy, I can't fucking believe it. I'm gonna spit up. I'm gonna fucking shit my pants, Dad. Oh my fucking god, Degenerate Talk is coming back, dude. Well, look what we have here. I'm gonna turn my audio down a bit or see what's fucking. But look what we have here. Look who's back. Look who's back. Degenerate Talk is coming back. Episode 8, the fable, the classic unreleased episode 8. Unreleased because we never fucking recorded. And look where we're at. We're back. It's 2021 now. Can you fucking believe it? We made it out of 2020, guys. Can you imagine a a no degenerate talk in 2021? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Okay. Okay, well, so many of you wanted it to fucking come back. I figured I'd do episode 8, and then we're gonna go back to being on fucking indefinite hiatus. Because fuck all of it. It didn't really take much to fucking make, like, at the end of the day, it took me like 10 minutes to make this banner that you're looking at. It took me, what, 30 minutes to figure out the recording software. So I basically wasted about $0 and 0 fucking cents. Which is probably like, there are people that make Patreons or like fucking fundraisers. Like, guys, I really want to make a podcast for you guys. I really want to make a YouTube channel, but I just don't have the money to do it, man. It's just like, dude, it literally took me like 2 seconds to make all this, dude. I paid more for the air that I'm breathing than this. Okay, all you need is a shitty pawn shop mic like I have, and like the IQ of an average fucking person. Now we gotta figure out how we're gonna fit 26 to 30 minutes into this. So as you can see by the fucking title of the fucking on the fucking screen. Oh, by the way, it took me like a fucking 20 minutes to find this fucking, not even 20, it took me like a day. Cause last night I promised a good pal, buddy, old chum, an old chum of mine. I promised him that I'd bring it back. I'd bring back Degenerate Talk for episode 8. Why not? It takes no time to set up. I have time because I work less now, and why the fuck not? Huh? I mean, well, what's it gonna cost? So, anyway, figured we'll have a little hearty talk. We'll have a little hearty talk on on the little industry that's chugging on. It's chugging on. Peaks and valleys, guys. Peaks and valleys. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I decided to make this because it's fresh in my mind. Because yesterday, a good pal of mine, two good pals of mine, three good pals of mine, by the names of at Josh.S156 on Instagram, comic_Asian at Instagram, and comic.miracle, aka the fucking piece of shit void in his fucking intestines living piece of shit. Comic Miracle, Ben, Jun, and Josh. Not in that order. I don't know what it was these past 2 days where everybody was going live. You know what? I'll do this. I'm gonna fucking do it. Hold on. I'm gonna send the fucking thing. Hey, I'm doing Degenerate Talk right now as I'm fucking doing this voice message. I'm going live on Instagram for a little while, so I can do live on Instagram and Degenerate Talk at the same fucking time, and I don't even know if I'm gonna fucking look at any of the questions. I'm just that fucking confident in today's piece of shit. I'm just... Bleh. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, fuck it. We're going live on Instagram, I guess. We're just gonna fucking do that, huh? This is my life now, I guess. How am I gonna fucking do this? Oh, shit, man. Oh, shit. Hold on. Fuck. I guess we could do it like this or something. I don't fucking know. Oh, here, we have this. We can use this pencil holder. And we're just gonna go live. And then we could do Degenerate talk. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna send it to some group chats. And we're doing Degenerate talk. We're gonna do it fucking live. Because why the fuck not? And I don't even care if anybody's in here or not, because I'm not gonna fucking read the chat, probably. But yeah, anyway. Anywho. Anyhow. I figured I'd do a little chat about the comics industry, because there's been, for some reason, these past 2 days, a lot of comic accounts have been going live for no fucking reason. Right? I don't know why. But basically, the other day I decided to get onto a live with a good pal of mine by the name of Josh.S156, who I think is in the chat now because there's only 3 people in the fucking chat. I decided to get on his live because he was doing a little chatty chat with another comic account by the name of Neo Blue Comics. So I decided to get onto the live, and we had a little small discussion on, is the comic industry dying? And now, stop typing for a fucking second, right? Because I understand that if you only read Marvel and DC, then yeah, the industry's dying. Oh my fucking god. Are you fucking kidding me? The industry's fucking dying. Well, let's see who's in the live. We got like 5 people in here. We got like 5 people in here. I don't care, man. Okay. Is the industry dying? Well, if you only read like 5 books, then yeah, you're gonna say the industry's fucking dying, right? But if you look at the grander scheme of things, right, the industry is doing not bad. Look, at the end of the day, comics are more than Marvel, DC, Image, and whatever else you think about. It's actually a bunch of. It's like the comic industry is like this huge, vast thing that most of you probably don't understand. Not even understand. It's like you guys don't look at because you guys like your superheroes or you like your indies or whatever. But books like Captain Underpants or like Dogman or like a 5th grader comic book number 527 make like a million or something copies each fucking month. I think Dogman made like 3 to 5 million copies last month or something like that, or a few months ago. So like, if you're saying the comic industry's dying, then I don't know what to fucking tell you, but because like everything looks fun to me. But if you're talking about the part of the comic industry that everybody cares about, then there's a discussion to be had there. There's a fucking discussion to be had there. Also, to everybody in the chat, I'm not even sure if I'm fucking gonna read it or invite anybody in here because like I'm using a pencil holder. I'm using a pencil holder to like fucking read shit. Just to fucking like make sure that the fucking shit isn't fucking, you know. But yeah. Oh, hold on. What if I do this? Okay, there you go. There you go. But yeah, if the part of the industry that everybody cares about, right? That's what we're here about. We're here about Marvel, DC, and all the other bullshit that you like, right? When you talk about that side of the industry, then that's a whole nother topic, right? Because the most popular books are like Batman, Spider-Man. They only make like 100,000 copies or something like that. Maybe on a bad day, Batman makes like 80,000 to 90,000 copies or something like that. Uh, when you're talking in that respect, then yeah, there is a topic to be had on, is it dying or not? And I feel like that is never a clear answer, because if you talk to Rob Liefeld, he'll be like, yeah, the industry's dying and Marvel Comics is gonna fucking survive and DC's fucking bullshit because DC's a piece of shit. Because Rob Liefeld hates DC Comics. If you talk to any comic YouTuber besides like 5 of them, and those are probably the most popular ones. If you talk to a comic skater, they'll probably say that like, yeah, the industry's dying, and then you should go to manga, and manga's better than comics, and you should just give up on everything over here because there's nothing worth saving. It's like, no. I think there's a fine line. Hold on, let me just fucking. I think there's a fine line to be had because it's not a definitive answer. Because, like, yeah, the sales are low after like a billion years. Like, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, if post 19, post Death of Superman, I think Superman came out in 94. Post 1994, sales for comic books have dropped and are at this point where they're not dropping, but they're like not going up. It's stagnant. It's basically the numbers are very static and they move low. They don't go down and they don't go up. So you have this case where they're not really selling, but they're not really going broke, and we have these two companies who are making just enough to have the fucking cartoon mouse and the phone provider acknowledge their existence. You see what I mean? But anyway, enough with the business side. If comics are dying, why are they dying? Is it because all the writing in the books are terrible? Is it because that these two companies don't give a shit anymore? Is it because of blah 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 and blah 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 and manga and blah 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 and you young readers and blah 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 blah? Well, that's a good question. I think in the conversation I had with Josh last night, uh, I basically said I basically quoted Darwin Cook because Darwin Cook was very adamant on like he knew what was wrong, and I haven't looked that much into it. I just know enough to give you a fair enough explanation. But basically, Darwin Cook, before he unfortunately passed away, um, he basically said something along the lines of like, why are comics nowadays catering to the fantasies or the why are the books people are making why are why are comic books nowadays only catering to like people in their fucking 30s or something like that? Like at the end of the day, as much as some people don't want to fucking acknowledge it, comics at the end of the day are for fucking kids. And when you have these guys who are only making books to satisfy the needs of themselves and or people who have been reading for as long as they have, you run into a situation where it's like it's hard for a kid to get into Batman when you're only acknowledging books that came out ever so long ago. It's like the people who are like, "Oh man, why can't DC make Nightwing how he was in the 1990s, 2000s?" Like there are people who are like in 30 years when you're writing that Nightwing book and you're acknowledging all those books, there's going to be a fucking person who hasn't read any of it. And sure, they can go back and read it, but at the end of the day, it's like most people don't want to study before they get into something. Hold on. Hold on, let's take a break. We'll take a fucking break. And we're gonna fucking read all these. Okay. Wow, people are actually fuck. Why are you guys still here? Why is everybody still fucking here? That is true. That is true. You did host a special episode. People on YouTube are gonna be so fucking confused, dude. Oh my fucking god. But anyway. Oh shit, hold on. Ah shit. There, hold on. I accidentally turned off the fucking phone. My bad, guys. My fucking bad. But yeah. Uh, I know a thing I went into, but I didn't go into detail with Josh is that about like a year or two or a couple years before, I want to say actually it was the early 2000s, Darwin Cook had the idea because Darwin Cook, and I think you're gonna find like a theme with this. If you find like legendary comic writers, like Jack Kirby did not like continuity, like comic book continuity. Darwin Cook didn't like comic book continuity, and a bunch of your favorite writers didn't like it. Like Alan Moore did not like comic book continuity. Like you end up with a situation that like there are people who don't like being chained down to past and there can be something there's something that needs to be said about like continuity is cool because like It's the same reason why people like the MCU or that like people like the DCEU. It's like this sense of connectivity and this thing that's like being shared in live in real time that you can like talk to with friends and family and all that. But at the end of the day, it's like when something goes on too long, you end up with a situation where it's like it's too much now. But basically, you have this thing where Darwin Cook wanted to make a line of Marvel comics that was no continuity for all ages. It wasn't so like I think my problem with this thing that was his way of thinking was that like Darwin Cook didn't like violence or hypersexuality. So like basically, if you're a Huntress fan and you're not gonna fucking see Huntress in a Darwin Cook book because Huntress is fucking hot. It's just the way it is. And he didn't like basically he didn't like Watchmen because it was violent. He doesn't like rape or anything like that. And I feel like that's also like a kind of chains down a writer or anything because if you want to talk about something that is a very sensitive topic like misogyny or sexual assault, then you can't because it's for kids or something like that. But the thing about it is that sometimes people need to be embraced by reality and blah blah blah. But I digress. Uh, you have this. Hold on, I'm jumbling up my words here, guys. I'm jumbling up my words here. Hold on. They're all talking about fucking like Hawkeye or some shit in the fucking comments. Oh, what am I doing, guys? What the fuck am I doing? But anyway, if like let's see, Spider-Man One More Day. Spider-Man One More Day was created so that old people, i.e., Joe Quesada or Dan Slott, right before he showed up or something like that, they wanted Spider-Man to be like this character. They wanted to be the Spider-Man that they remember from the fucking 1970s or some shit. And the problem with that is that I wasn't like when I started reading comics around the time One More Day was like coming out, like right before it came out. I was reading comics. I had no context for that fucking era of Spider-Man, buddy. Like I was growing up reading the books that were coming out around that time, so I was like, "This is my Spider-Man. Spider-Man married is my Spider-Man." And then you just change it up off the fucking bat because you remember something. That's just, and that harkens back to what I was talking about last night, where it's like things always cycle back because I know in 30 years people are gonna still want Wally West to be Flash. They're not gonna want Bart Allen to fucking take the mantle. And as much as people want to fucking say that they're okay with it, they're not because you're gonna have a fucking writer who's probably in this chat right now. Gonna they're gonna like Heroes in Crisis Wally West. I'm not Wally. Heroes in Crisis Bart Allen. So that they can put Wally back on the fucking mantle. And it's like I don't like. There's gonna be a kid who's gonna make a podcast, and they're gonna be talking about the same very topic that I'm talking about because people are fucking idiots. And if you're only catering to people who only like if you like the MCU and you don't like in 20 years when the MCU is fucking rebooted, you're not gonna fucking like the new MCU because you're gonna miss the old one. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, on to the next thing. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe this was a mistake. Hold on. Now we're talking about fucking anime and shit. Let's see. We're talking about Evangelion. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, guy? Anywho, next thing. Aside from catering to older readers, you also have the problem of newer readers, where newer readers nowadays, in my opinion, newer readers, like current readers who have been reading for like at least the past like 2 to 5 years, are probably less likely to like jump ship or explore their like boundaries because as much as I don't want to say this, I feel like people nowadays have kind of created these bubbles around themselves where like they're afraid to go out and explore their own area outside of their like there's a whole expanse of comics out there and people only want to read these small, like, 5 books. And the problem is that if those 5 books are utter shit, then you're gonna think the whole thing has gone to shit. But if you go out and actually see for yourself, you actually see that there's actually very good comic books. Like DC, like people nowadays are like, DC is fucking, Marvel's doing better than DC, and DC needs to get their fucking shit together. And I fucking hate what DC's. It's like, dude, you're only reading Nightwing, and you're only reading the Flash books, and you only want to read Titans. So if all those 3 books are not doing good, then yeah, you're gonna say that DC's fucking dog shit. But if you go out and read, like Josh said, the Joe Hill comics, or some of the Black Label books, like there are actually fucking good books out there. Maybe if you actually went and saw it for yourself, you'd actually want to see it. Yeah, you actually would have a different perspective. That's not so fucking constrained to this small area of books. Uh, Hold on, let me get a drink. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, you can't like. It's not fair to judge a thing based off of its small dents or its flaws, right? Because if you're only looking at things from one perspective, what's the point of actually like critiquing the whole thing, right? It's the same thing as like when people talk about politics. Like if politics are so one-sided every time and you're not really looking at the full scope of things, then yeah, things are never gonna get fucking done. Another thing I wanted to talk about is piracy. Whoa, we're gonna talk about. Whoa, sorry guys, everybody in the fucking live's gonna like 30% of the people in the live are gonna leave now because I'm talking about piracy, right? I want to make it a small footnote on piracy right now because as much as people don't want to admit it, piracy does hurt the comic industry. Like, if you go to that certain website, I'm not going to say the name of, aka steal comics from this website.com, right? If you go to there, if you look up Injustice 2 on that website, there's 8 million views. That means 8 million people, or a little less, probably read Injustice 2 on there. And how much I can guarantee you if I pull up the sales for Injustice 2 right now, it probably didn't make 8 million copies. If you go read Sideways on that website, it probably has like about a million or a million and a half views. And that book got fucking canceled in 12 issues because of low sales. So, if you pirate comics, look, I'm not gonna fucking judge you because if you can't afford them because you're poor or if things are rough right now, then hey, what am I gonna fucking tell you, right? But just understand that if you're encouraging and or promoting pirating, uh, realize that your favorite book's not gonna fucking survive because Hawkman only got recognition after it got canceled, or Batman Beyond only got recognition after it got canceled. Or the DC New Age of Heroes, where all we got was new heroes. Like the DC New Age of Heroes after Dark Knight's Metal was fucking fantastic. We had a bunch of good books. We had Sideways, we had The Silencer, we had Damage, and the only thing people cared about was that Sideways is a Spider-Man clone. I don't like he only has the costume, dude. It's just the fucking costume. Damage literally just looks like the Hulk. like it's very different, but like aesthetically similar characters, right? Uh, but the writing for all of those were good. Like the Silencer was very fucking amazing. Like the Silencer is this book about an ex-assassin that's trying to live her life with her husband and a newborn child, and she can't fucking get a break from her old fucking organization. That book was amazing. Got canceled in 13 issues. Damage was a book about how the military can sometimes fuck over their fucking their own soldiers and leave them to fucking rot. It was a really good commentary on how the government treats them, how the government treats its own people. Canceled. Sideways is a book about a teenage boy suffering from the loss of his fucking mother and trying to make it through his high school life, and that's honestly like pretty relatable and it got canceled. So, and all of those were canceled because of low sales. But if you go to that fucking website, there are more views for that than people actually bought it. And the excuse is always, well, I don't want to read a comic if it's fucking shit. I don't want to buy it if it's shit. Like, that's the gamble, dude. The gamble, like, we all thought Three Jokers was gonna be good, dude. What do you want us like? We all thought Three Jokers was gonna be fucking amazing, and then look what happened. Like, that's the gamble with everything we get. Like, I thought, I thought Marvel's Empire was gonna be fucking great. And it was fucking mid. It was boring. It was mediocre. And I bought all those books. I don't know what like you buy something knowing that you don't know what you're gonna fucking get every time you buy something. Ugh. So I think with this entire conversation, it's like, is the industry dying? Eh, yeah, no. But it's also like the readers are stupid, kind of. The writers are stupid. The editorial is jumbled, and that's another thing I want to be into. Comic book editorial. Uh, I feel like DC has had this like explosion. Like Dan DiDio was kind of a dictator, and he was controlling. He and I want to say Bob Harris were basically leading a toxic environment that was essentially dismissing any creative things that weren't okay with Dan and Bob Harris. So when you get 5G, the new 52, Dan DiDio wants the 5G new 52 to be how he wants it, right? And I don't know if anybody read any of the rumors, but it's like nobody at DC wanted 5G to happen. Like Zach, like Scott Snyder didn't want 5G to happen. Joshua Williamson, in an interview, was like, I was looking at some of the things for 5G, and there was this thing that was going to happen in the Flash where I was like, that's a fucking terrible idea, and he didn't want it. Like, you have all these people at DC who were like adamant that nobody wanted 5G except for Dan DiDio. When you have a person who only wants what they want, and it's involves a thing about create, and they're leading a train of creativity and cohesive writing, of course things are going to go to shit. But if you have people like at Marvel where they're basically letting the writers do whatever they want, and they're not really letting them follow the rules, like you have Jason Aaron basically retconning Thor, even though he's not writing Thor anymore, and he's changing things about Mjolnir and the Avengers and all that, and it's like, that's not okay, dude. That's not okay, man. Like, you're actually like undermining past work, and you're also like making it harder for new writers in the future to actually do things. Like Dan Slott was like literally messing up Jonathan Hickman's X-Men by fucking with Franklin Richards. Like that's like when you have editors who won't fucking do shit, like put people in their place to a point where it's like you can't undermine other people's stories. Then yeah, like some stories are gonna be pretty bad. See what we got here. What's happening? Why are there still people in here? Uh, but yeah, at the end of the day, is the comic industry dying? Well, loaded question, but at the end of the day, it's like comics will fucking live past all of us. But the question is, will Marvel and DC live past all of us? And I think that's a thing that's so shrouded in mystery. It's not very definitive because, like, now, if people will say, like, now, like, people, like, no. People like 4 months ago would have told you that DC's dying or something like that. And now they're, like, telling you that they're pretty, oh man, Infinite Frontier looks pretty good, guys. And Future State was actually really good. So, like, it's just, it's bipolar. It's bipolar. And Marvel's not doing fucking anything. So, there you have it. But anyway, this has been Degenerate Talk. I'm your host, Comics or Not. Make sure to give me a follow at the things below. And bye.